Hello everybody. This is Professor West. Welcome back. As in this series, I've been doing a whole bunch of really short videos of Microsoft Word tools to try to help you learn specific tools whenever you need them. Today I'm going to talk about one of the most important tools you can use is spell check and grammar check. So let's just jump right in. In order to use spell check and grammar check, it's exactly what it sounds. It's going to check the spelling and the grammar for you. You will come up here to these tabs. You're currently on the Home tab. When you click on the Home tab, all of these items become available. If I click on the Insert tab, it all changes. If I click on the Design tab, it all changes. Right now, we're going to come over to the Review tab. And over here on the left, we have spelling and grammar check. It says ABC and it's got a check mark, and then it says spelling and grammar. This is one of the most important things you can do because it's so simple, and yet if you don't do it, it can make your stuff look horrible. So all you gotta do is click the button and it's going to come up and it's going to start searching, and here it found something. It does not like the word effect here. So the sentence says, laying its foundation on such principles and organization, its power in such form, as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. This is part of the Declaration of Independence, by the way. And then over here in the side window, it tells you what the problem is. It gives you the sentence it's in, and it makes a suggestion. It says that instead of the word effect, we should actually be using affect. So this is a lot of times people use words incorrectly, and it's simply because that's how we grew up using them. You didn't grow up seeing it spelled. You just grew up saying the word. So people do that a lot, and this is one of the tools that's available. If I click on it, if I click this drop-down menu here, it's going to ask me if I want to read it aloud, which it'll read for me, or spell out, and or I could simply click it, and now it's changed it for me. Now it's come down and it's found the next incorrect item. It gives me the sentence that it's in, and then it says that I should have a comma after accordingly. So it's up to me as the person that's creating the document. I could look at it and I could say, no, I just want to ignore that. If I click ignore once, then it's just going to ignore this one spot. If I tell it don't check for this issue, then it's not going to check to see if I'm missing a comma anymore. And or again, I could click on it and it'll change it. Now it tells me that all of my spelling and grammar is correct. So what if, let's say, my sentence here is changed in Mississippi. Notice I spelled it wrong. When you're typing, if you spell a word wrong, it's going to come up with this red squiggly line underneath it to let you know that you misspelled the word. You can come up here and you can do the grammar and spelling check, or you can right click on the word and it'll do a shortcut to that particular thing. Now it's going to try to find what it thinks you're doing, but for some reason it doesn't understand this issue. I would assume that's one that people make every once in a while. Let's see if it's close to a word. See, now it's close enough to Mississippi that it says, oh, you meant Mississippi. And if I click on it, it fixes it. But if it's not close enough to a word, then it doesn't know what I meant to type. But that's one of the great tools in Microsoft Word. And especially if you're working on a professional document, if you're working on your resume, if you're working on your cover letter, anything like that, you need to make spelling and grammar check your friend. You need to use it over and over and over and make sure that you have it spelled all correctly, because that's something that people notice, and that's something that really aggravates people. So I'm sure you've probably been reading something and had a similar experience. I know I have. So I guess that's just about it with the spelling and grammar check. I hope you guys learned something, and make sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will be posting a lot more videos in the very, very near future.